Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. So today we're going to be learning how to dock. So I've got a ship up in orbit right here that we're going to be docking with. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to build a rocket for it to go up and dock with it. Okay, so we're in the VAB right here. We're going to grab a Mark 1 command pod and we're actually going to put a Clampetron Junior docking port on it right here. And for our parachute, we're going to put on one Mark 2 R radial mount chute. Now make sure it's the blue one and not the orange one. There's a big difference in size, so yeah, make sure it's the blue one. Then we're going to go put a TD12 decoupler, then a FLT400 fuel tank. Actually no, we're not, sorry, we're going to put on a RCS tank. Now what RCS does is it allows you to get more control in space, so we're just going to go 4 times symmetry and we're going to place them in around these areas right here. And then we're just going to place a Terrier engine. So yeah, RCS is going to allow us to pretty much go ahead and have more control of this ship while we're in space. Right, so after that we're going to put another decoupler and we're basically just going to put on the same that we did when we were getting into orbit, which is two big fuel tanks, a swivel engine, then go ahead, radial decoupler, then 2 more tanks. Is that lined up? No, it's not. Right, nice, and a Reliant nose cone. Don't forget about the fuel lines. And the struts. Alright, nice, make sure your staging is good. You want these 3 engines to fire at the same time. Then for the 2 side ones to decouple. Then after that you want this stage to decouple and your Terrier engine to fire. And then you want your command pod to decouple and your parachute to deploy. Go ahead, save that. Okay, nice, and that should be everything, so we just got to go ahead and launch. Okay, so now on the launch pad, I'm just going to go ahead and skip until sunrise right here. But what we really want to do is we want to wait until the ship we're trying to dock with is just behind us. This just makes it easier to dock with. That'll do. Now, unlike the ship we used to get into orbit, this one's going to be slightly heavier because of RCS tank and the RCS thrusters, so we're actually going to go full thrust for this. And launch. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead, make our way up. When we get to about 1,000 meters, we'll start doing our gravity turn nice and slowly. Try not to let the ship get too kind of far ahead, because it might end up flipping. Alright, nice, so we've made it to 45 degrees. And we're just gonna kind of make our ascent up, open up the map view, and just click prograde right here on our SAS just to ensure that we're kind of staying on course. Oh, our side engines are about to run out, so go ahead, decouple them. And we're just going to wait until we're at 100,000 meters. Speed up the game. That explosion was just our boosters below us. Now this thing does have plenty of fuel on its lower stage. So, yeah. It's actually got a bit too much fuel. But I do just like to be, sure with our lower stage. The upper stage also has more than enough as well. So if you have this much delta V, I do recommend using a bit in your lower tank, but not all of it, because then when you decouple, it's going to be stuck in orbit, unless you don't really care about that, of course. But basically, just do what I do. Right, we're in space, so we're just going to go ahead. Burn time is 37 seconds. Divide that by 2. That is about 16 seconds. No, that's God, it's really late. I'm kind of tired. 17, about 17 seconds, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, it'd be different for you, so. Is it 17 seconds? No, it's 20. That don't make sense. Hang on. Game's telling me otherwise. Okay, just start burning, right here. Or whatever time it is, I've told you how to do it. Divide your burn time by 2, and then start burning when the node in T minus gets to that number. So yeah, anyway, so if you've got lots of fuel in your lower stage, you can actually use some of your lower stage to go ahead and burn right here, but not all the way, just about halfway, like here, and then you can actually go ahead and decouple. Yep, I forgot to throttle down on the other one, so it kept going. Make sure you throttle down, then decouple, and then throttle back up. So anyway, what that did was it just saved us a little bit of fuel. So we're just going to go ahead and do this burn. There we go. And we just want to set this as our target. Now lots of things come up. First we want to do is, you got these AN and DN. These are ascending and descending nodes. So we actually want to click on the nearest node, and we want to use our normal and anti-normal. Just change them around until ascending and descending kind of start flipping. Basically, what this does, it changes our inclination. You can kind of see here that we're basically lines up with the ship. So we're just going to go ahead, skip to that. Burn time says it's a second because it's a really short burn. You can right click on your engine and turn down your frost limiter to kind of make the burn time more, just so that way you don't overshoot it. So we're just going to wait until node is in T minus 3 seconds. There we go. And cut the engines, burn a little more. Alright, nice. So now we just want to create a maneuver node just in front of you. And what you will see is these target nodes. You might not get as lucky as me, but if we just focus on the nearest one, you've got the orange one and the purple one. And yeah, it's a orange one is intersect 75.5 kilometers, purple one is 9.6. So we're going to go for the purple one. And you basically just want to mess around with your prograde markers a little bit. You can use your scroll wheel to kind of fine tune it. You can see we're on 1 kilometer, and we can get that down to 1. You might not get as lucky as me. You might have to do multiple burns, which is fine. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to skip to this. and we're just going to skip to the burn. Want to go ahead and do that burn. There we go, you might want to just do it a bit more yourself as well. So now what we're just going to do is we're just going to skip until we're over near that. While you're warping, click retrograde on your SAS. Try not to overshoot it. Right, so we're going to stop at about here. You can see the target ship, wherever it is. I don't know. Where's it gone? It's a good question. Oh, there it is. So you can see it's getting closer. Now you want to be pointing retrograde. And once you'll see here that when you make something your target, you can see in the middle on our nav ball 57 meters, whatever it be for you, it'd be different. And that's your speed relative to your target. So what we want to do is we want to get that to 0. And when we get that to 0, we'll be moving 0 meters per second relative to our target. So we'll pretty much be parked next to it, but we won't be parked because we'll still be moving. So yeah, just warp until you're up to the ship right here, and just start burning. Use your shift key to start burning slowly and kind of decreasing your speed. Once you get a little nearer, you can turn it up a little more. And you might just want to turn it up all the way. Don't forget my thrust limiter is still on 25 or whatever it is. So now we're pretty much parked next to each other. I'm just going to get to 0 real quick. You might have to do a few turns and fine tuning. Okay, sweet. So now we're on 0. We want to go click on RCS. So now we have RCS enabled. Now on RCS, you just want to click target right here, which will turn us to our target. If you click your bracket key, it will switch the other ship. What we want to do is, if we can find it, wherever it may be, set as target. Right, we also want to point target right here. Now, using your N, H, I, J, and L keys, you can actually go ahead and control RCS. You want to right click your docking port and click control from here. Then use H to go forward. You can also use L, J, I, and K to kind of move left and right. It'd be different depending on which direction your craft is facing. So yeah, we just want to click H to go forward. You don't want to go forward too fast. Just slow down about when you're 20 meters away. And we just want to go ahead and use our keys right here, our I, J, K, and L keys to kind of fine tune. Try and get your prograde marker lined up with your target on your nav ball, just like we have there. And we just want to get that nice and close. Make sure your other ship is pointing towards this ship by switching to it and then pointing it to target. And there we go. We're now docked. And that is how you dock ships in KSP Space Program. And if you want to undock, you just right click it and you click undock pretty much right there. And then you just deorbit and you get back down to the planet, all of that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. There's some more videos up on screen for you to watch, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.